Yeah. Hey, fuck you, Joe Rogan. Well, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Unzipped and Uncut. I'm joined by incredible partner in all of this, Mr. Robin Simon. I'm looking at my side as if he's over here and right by me, but he's not actually. You might find this very hard to believe. He is not actually physically with me. Is somewhere else. I don't know where. Maybe he's like being held ransom at gunpoint. It would be likely actually, but hey, who knows? So yeah, let's I guess let's get this thing on the
Let's
road
get going. Yeah.
going. So Mr. Robin, who I mean, we could like start calling each other like Mister and whatnot. I think I like that. Some respectability up in this pitch.
Sure,
So
Mr. Emmanuel. Let's do
yeah,
that.
Mr. Robin, what do you have for us this week?
Well, this week, you know very well what I've been going
No,
through
I
this
actually not.
past week.
Oh, are we okay?
Yeah, we didn't record for the week in between, and that's when most of the
Hmm.
stuff happened in my life, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Significant stuff. Otherwise, this is just a usual week per se. A bit of work, a
yeah.
bit of board games, a bit of quiz. I
Oh,
hosted
board
the quiz
games
this
too.
week, you know.
Yeah, you
So
did host the quiz this week. You did an awesome job, actually.
thank
Hey,
you.
shout out. By the way, like shout out to. I'm gonna do shout outs right away. So
Go for it.
I get like we're famous and shit. We gotta,
Yes,
you gotta fake
dude.
it till you
We are
make it.
already there.
So,
Yes.
well, we are already somewhere.
Yeah.
So shout out to Fabrica. I think it's Fabrica de Piqueria. No,
Yep.
right? The place where we get our beers and we get some board games on Tuesdays and some quiz nights on Wednesdays. I don't know the name of the street. I can't be
Rua
bothered.
da
I know.
Picaria. I'll add it in the description. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. I mean, I could Google it right now. I do have a computer right in front of my face, but I can't be bothered. So thank you very much. So anyway, yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to I mean whoever. Shout out to Helena for always giving me tea sometimes, even though it's a beer place. Amazing people working there, and yeah. So yeah, let's. What's happening? So you got you got some themes that you'd like discussing. Some of them, like at least two of them that I remember. They seem like quite interesting. Do you want to like maybe kick off like with the first one? What do you think? The one about language. I'm real interested in that one.
Yeah. So this concept I actually came across an Instagram reel of all places. Like we all
Yeah,
do. We stumble upon something, and
yeah.
it seems
Okay, but
interesting. Yeah.
sorry to cut you off, but maybe like to give some context. Would you like to read it out loud to
Yeah.
just
Of
to
course. Of course. I'm gonna read it out loud.
let our
So
our lovely audience
yeah. Yeah.
into yeah.
So the thing is, like, I wrote down this point. Language plays a role in how introvert or extrovert we are.
Yeah, okay.
Like, let's suppose if a trauma was caused upon you using a certain language, that will allow you to behave in a certain way when you are using that language. If you use a different language and certain things, certain traumas did not happen when you use that language, let's suppose you learned a new language, that
Hmm.
maybe, like triggers or subdues the trauma, and
Hmm.
you kind of behave like an entirely different person when using that
Okay,
language.
this is where this podcast is getting dangerously close to the Joe Rogan zone. Okay.
We are beyond Joe Rogan,
Yeah,
Emmanuel.
we have a lot. Joe Rogan, friend of the show.
Yes.
We have a long-standing, fruitful relationship. Us and him and Jamie as well.
Yeah, yeah, Jamie.
We do, however, think that he's a. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
It's already
But
in the
anyway,
soundbite. That's how the
it's
podcast
already there.
starts. It's more than
It's
enough.
already out there.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm not gonna
yeah.
I'm not gonna swear. Okay, tonight I am not going to swear. I swear. Okay, so Okay, this is what I mean by this. This is the kind of time where somebody just comes up with this high concept idea, and everyone else just goes, "Yeah, bro. Whoa, it's gotta be. Yeah, that makes sense, bro." You know, but may or may not be entirely bullshit. You know, so but it does sound interesting actually. But there's like some things that kind of seem a little shaky or open to. So I mean, please tell me, like, where did you like come up with this, or where did you find out about this? I mean,
It was just an Instagram reel. I don't even know
oh,
who they were. It was
of
another
course.
podcast, and they were talking about this. But I kind
Mm,
of like just analyzed like how my behavior has changed over the past few months.
okay.
So up until October, I was in India. I was living
Hmm.
there using my local language, and I was kind of let's say I was really introvert up until 2021.
Yep.
But
Okay.
after the fact, I started to change a bit because my main language of communication changed to English. My
Yeah.
work was English, the clients were abroad, so everything was in English.
I have a, I have a
Yeah,
question. Oh,
yeah,
sorry, I have a question about that. Do you consider like yourself bilingual?
of course.
You're bilingual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I know four languages, so
No, no, yeah, I mean, but like, as
yeah,
your
you can
primary
say.
language, do you have like more than one or like two primary languages?
So
Like,
yeah, of course,
you're
like it's the national language that I have in India. There's my mother tongue. That is another language.
okay.
There's
What's
a
your mother
third
tongue?
language.
Yeah,
My
your mother
mother,
tongue.
my mother
But
tongue is Malayalam. It
okay.
is from a state known as Kerala. It is in
Hmm.
South India.
Okay.
That's one of the places where Vasco da Gama came, I think,
Oh,
where the
oh
Portuguese
no, no,
came.
hey, no, that's not. Let's not get into that yet. Okay,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, I think Kerala and Goa, those are the two significant places of his visit,
Okay.
if I'm
So
not wrong. Yeah.
is that the language in which you think, like where you articulate your thoughts?
No, I
No,
right now I think everything in English, but
no.
before that, uh, yeah, my thought process was mainly the national language of India, that is Hindi, because that is
Hindi.
what 90% of the time we used, even in family, with friends, in school, whatever. That was the main language that I grew
Mm.
up with, basically, you can say.
You grew up
Malayalam
with
is
Hindi.
still Malayalam, even though if it's still my mother tongue, I rarely use it. Even at home, we rarely use it. So I would say that I think in that language.
But
Hindi
what was
was
that?
the
Was that the language that like your first words were in?
I don't know my first words. What
Probably,
language it was.
like very early childhood.
I don't know. I don't
Mm.
even remember.
Mm.
It was a
Okay.
mix of all. It was a mix of three different languages actually. My mother tongue,
Yeah.
where my parents are from, basically the national language of the country, plus the
Yeah.
regional language in the state where I was born and brought up. So there were three
Yeah.
different languages, you know, which I grew up
Mm.
with. But majority of the time, I use the national language. So that's
But
what I would say.
that's amazing. Let me just say like that is amazing. That the thing about being brought up with multiple languages is like it's a boon
It is,
to
but you can
anyone
also
who
mix up
can.
everything. You do get to learn
Yeah.
different languages, but you also mix up things.
Oh yeah, 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 you do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean you do, but that's exactly. It's from that all that mishmash, that kind of word soup that the brain, especially like kids' brains, they're incredibly malleable, incredibly, adaptable. So they adapt pretty fast, and they can. I mean, you know,
yeah,
generally speaking, I believe. They can like make short work of those. It becomes an asset later on in life. Even if your thoughts and the way like you you structure your thoughts inside your head, and even how you can like gain some perspective. Because language also gives perspective that relative perspective that applies in like in the physical world even sometimes. So that's actually that's incredible. That's incredible. So okay, so how does that apply then to the whole trauma thing? Do
so
you think that
yeah,
applies to you? Do you feel that?
Yeah, it applies to me
Yeah.
because I thought about it and it kind of does. When I was really young, I was so those three languages are, I think, somehow connected. And most of my life, I've been a quiet child, really quiet, never doing any kind of social interaction whatsoever. You know,
Okay, so let me just get this straight. You said I think I heard you say. What did you say? What word did you use? Your what? Okay.
yeah.
Do you wanna talk about this on the podcast?
No, I was. It happened in the past. It's over.
Okay. No, no. I'm just okay because I
Yeah.
was not expecting this, bro. But anyway,
Hey, this
tell
is
it.
life. You know, shit happens everywhere. It's yeah. It is not like it's a surprise. Like everyone goes through some kind of shit in their life. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Okay. Sure. Sorry, I'm just taken aback. Actually,
Okay.
um, there's a lot of things that I want to say that I will not.
We'll talk.
But
Yeah, yeah. Behind the
yeah.
scenes.
Yeah, we'll talk behind
Yeah.
the scenes. No, no,
Yeah.
we won't. We won't. Right? No, I don't. Yeah. Huh. Okay. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah. But how? Okay
So
then.
yeah, so most of my life I've been an introvert. Like
Hmm,
majority of my life, I was really scared of talking to girls
uh-huh.
because really like most part of my life I was like really threatened by, okay, fuck, I cannot talk with
Oh,
her. Even if I had to like do some work or some study or something, I would like sweat profusely. I would stutter. I was a mess. Like it
yeah.
affected me that much.
And you link all of this to this to this episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that because yeah, that is the significant thing that I remember from my childhood that happened, and after that I was not the same. I believe. I think
Hmm.
that was the turning point of me being an
Okay.
introvert, being closed, not sharing anything. I
Okay.
think that was the moment.
So
But
you okay? So that's pretty understandable. Then how we okay?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a thing in the past. It doesn't affect me anymore actually, and maybe the statement about how trauma in one language affects and the if you use another language doesn't affect you. I don't know if it still holds true
Yeah.
because the maybe because now I don't get affected by the things that happened in my past, and I can use all the languages comfortably whenever talking with anyone.
Mm,
So maybe it
okay.
is not true after all. But the main
Mm,
point is that in recent years, after changing my primary language, um, like my behavior has quite changed a lot.
okay.
Literally, like
Okay.
if you knew me like 10 years ago compared to what I am right now, you'd be like,
Hmm.
these two are opposite individuals.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
would never stand before a crowd of strangers and host a quiz. I would
Hmm.
never go to an event and play board games. I would never approach anyone like you and talk with you whatsoever.
Hey,
And now I'm going to pious events.
that might be a wise decision actually.
And now you see, I'm going to pious event. I'm hosting quiz. I'm going to
Hmm.
board games, putting myself out there, experiencing new
Yeah.
things, talking
Yeah.
with women. Like this is completely normal. The trauma doesn't affect me anymore. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So do you think like it? Because okay, because in a sort of way, I have like actual like thought about it, and it's not really. A brand new idea, because or sort of, because I've like I don't know if you know. I think I've told you this already, but if you don't, I studied translation when I was like in college. So, and one of the things is language relativity that we speak about, and every once in a while this idea pops up that it's not like really scientifically tested or anything. There's no way to there really is no way to measure this. It's kind of like a gut feeling that you have, which is kind of like the beauty of language and the human experience, is that your personality changes according to which language you're using at the moment. Um, and I kind of see the merits in that idea. I don't fully agree with it. I really don't think that's true. in your personality, at least, like in your deep your thought, and those things that really define you as a person, they obviously do not change. I don't believe they do, no matter what language you're using, no matter at which level you are using the language. But I do give credit to the idea that in certain situations, and like take like hosting the quiz, for example, or like public speaking, or being social, like very specific contexts. Certain languages might lend themselves to being used better or more efficiently. Then maybe they have mechanisms that allow you to, like, okay, like if you know a lot of swear words or slang terms in, like, in American English, probably you could, I mean, you can be like loud and boisterous, and and in a social setting, you can crack jokes that builds up your confidence, because you have already have those linguistic tools inside you. Whereas if you don't really know what to say, or it doesn't, like, the joke just doesn't automatically pop up in your mind, you don't really, I mean, you don't really communicate. The social interaction doesn't really flow in the same way. So that may impact the way you are perceived and the way you make yourself be perceived by others in that setting. So in that sense, I do give credit to the idea that the language does impact your personality, but not like on a deeper level. I wouldn't think. But yeah, it seems to me that maybe I don't know, maybe yours is like this idea maybe resonates with you
Maybe,
um,
maybe.
in your setting. I
That's
don't know.
yeah,
Mm. Yeah, because I mean, I do. It is kind of, because lately now I've been talking more like with more uh, immigrants, such as yourself, or and usually like the language that used is English, uh, overwhelmingly, and I do find myself thinking, well, I wonder how this what this person sounds like in their own language. I mean, not like phonetically, like, I mean, like, how do they articulate their thoughts? I mean, are they complete idiots, in their language? They kind of seem okay in English, but
could be. Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
they're like absolute dumb fucks in I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I do think, and maybe I would like to, and also I would love for them to understand me in my language. Maybe that wouldn't be like particularly um like uh 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 like a that wouldn't be particularly advantageous for me. But at least I'm curious. I'm really curious about that. So yeah. So I mean, so do you feel like ever since you started to express yourself in English more, and I mean, and I believe, like, your thoughts and whatnot, they're like become more and more gradually structured in English inside your mind. Do you feel like the trauma just isn't there anymore,
could
or
be. It
it
could
is,
be.
or
Could be. But the trauma is certainly not there.
yeah,
Maybe it heals somehow. Of the
yeah,
years of things that I experienced after the fact. Because more severe things have happened, like in the past, like maybe that
yeah,
overshadowed the trauma of the childhood, and it's like,
yeah,
oh, that little thing, that is nothing
yeah,
compared to what I'm going through right now.
yeah.
Maybe.
You're
I
always
mean,
right.
that's the thing.
Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, the language you speak, like, mostly also have like has like an incredible impact on your like on your identity, as you perceive yourself. So, I mean, I take it that you don't really have many opportunities to speak Hindi
Yeah,
anymore.
no, not
Um,
anymore. I'm like once a week I call my parents. That's when I use that language, and even it
yeah.
feels like I'm forgetting the language because I don't use it anymore.
Do you
You
have an
know?
accent in Hindi now? They're like an English accent. when you speak?
Accent, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say accent. No, I don't have any accent, I wouldn't say.
No such
There
thing
are
as not
accents,
having an
but I
accent.
don't have an accent.
No, no, yeah, I'm asking like if like the English that you're using, like is it seeping into the Hindi or not? Do you sound like an Do you sound like an American? That now do you sound like an American trying to speak Hindi?
I don't know, like how some people say that I sound like an American. Some they say that I'm from the UK. I don't even know. It's a hodgepodge of both
No, it's not. No,
accents.
no. Those
Maybe.
people are absolutely. I'm sorry. I don't know who these people are. I'm sure they're like lovely people. Some of them maybe friends with Joe Rogan. I don't know. Maybe one of them is actually Joe Rogan, but they are objectively wrong because I don't know I don't know. I'm not like a language expert or anything, but
Yeah.
you do sound that you come from India. You don't sound American. You don't
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah. Still, I don't know why people think that way. I
I
have
don't know,
no
bro.
idea.
I mean,
So
some people just talk out of their ass. Sometimes.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone.
Hey, put $5 in the jar.
Oh, hey, I got euros. We got euros here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Put
you
five
know, you
euros
know
in the
how to
jar.
jar. Yeah, maybe I can take a shot every time I insult someone.
No, we need the money. We need to improve our
Oh,
setup.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Well,
what I was going to
yeah.
say is, yeah, weirdly enough, during my schooling, all my
Mm,
school years, I failed miserably in English. It was not my strong language at all.
yeah.
I barely
Well,
passed English, and now I'm
yeah,
like, it's natural.
yeah,
No, yeah,
yeah. Like you were forced into using it and you adapted.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
so like I think like maybe like that English the fact that you're just using English and it kind of bent your changed. It was like another element of change in you. Like you were like your past self spoke Hindi, expressed himself in Hindi. Now your new self is an English speaking person. So that let maybe help to
yeah, maybe.
distance yourself from your old self, like you have a new life. I don't know. This is just like dumbass psychology.
Maybe it's a mixture of all these things,
Yeah,
that, yeah, that like either
yeah,
subdued or healed or forgotten. I
yeah.
no, haven't forgotten. No, but yeah,
No, yeah.
you understand what I
Mm.
mean. Yeah,
No, yeah, I do. I mean, as for myself, I do that whole identity thing surely does have an impact on me. I mean, during my work, I do use Portuguese, obviously, but I don't express myself really because it's not, it's a corporate environment. You're not really using your language the way you really use it. Sometimes you do, but it's um, but I don't consider that like a completely like free environment. Um, so, and then in my off time or my free time, I like overwhelmingly use language or use English now. Like it's either like consuming content when I'm at home, like listening to the news or whatever, and then with my loved ones, I just mostly use English all the time. So that has sort of created some form of a new identity in me. Like it's a new trait now. I'm maybe like a double language using person. I don't know. Like it's sort of an odd experience, to be like in my home city, in my home. It was not really my home city, but it's close
home
enough.
country. Yeah,
In my home country, and still mostly like the main language that I use is English. It is a kind of it's sort of uncanny, but it's a welcome experience
of course.
actually.
At least it got you to start your own podcast. So
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
hey,
Oh,
another
oh,
five.
God. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I can
Fuck.
see your crotch.
What? It
I
might.
see you in the
Well.
booth.
Yeah. Okay.
What is it that you're drinking?
It's. I am. It says Anderson's blended whiskey.
I'm gonna have some good old apple.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers,
Me too.
brother.
Cheers. Ah, shit, this smells. Oof.
Yeah, nice water.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty. That's a pretty interesting topic.
We need
Mm.
some kind of expert among
Yeah,
us one
yeah.
day.
We need
We'll
someone who's
bring
not
out
a.
all of this again.
Yeah,
You know.
we need someone who's not a complete idiot. Actually,
Yeah, exactly.
just to bring
We're just talking out of our ass right now.
some
So
dignity to this operation.
exactly.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. So yeah. Do you have like anything else to say about this? Because this is like a. If we had like a.
Yeah, I
If
think
we
that's
had
about
like.
it. It is it could be something, it could be a factor, but I don't think it is entirely the factor that can resolve your trauma. No, I don't think so.
No.
It is
No.
just
Okay.
something I saw on Instagram and I wanted to share. You know, maybe
Mm.
part of it holds true. We'll see one day. We'll find an expert who can shed some
Yeah.
light
We'll
on
bring.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. Shed some light, or just swear, or maybe we can bring Joe Rogan one time.
You fucking idiots.
Maybe he knows a lot about this. Actually,
Yeah,
who
maybe.
knows?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, mm, 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 mm. Okay, I wanted to ask you about this one. I want to ask you about this one. So,
Go on.
is it normal to want to die when you're happy?
Yeah, this is
What do you mean by this?
so. Um for context, for the people who are viewing, I know
And
they're just our
for me
friends
as
right
well,
now, you know.
because
So
also I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So last week I went on a trip to Lisbon with a friend, a vacation for like
Mm.
5 or 6 days,
Uh-huh.
and there was this moment on the carnival night. Well, I think it was Tuesday, last Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
There was a small concert happening in one of the squares in Lisbon. We were
Mhm.
walking back home, and we were like, let's go and have a listen. And yeah, it was a nice little concert. People were dancing, having fun. You know, the songs were nice. We were
Yeah.
also kind of like doing this and that. You know, I was really happy in that moment,
Hmm.
and my friend was also really happy. We were just enjoying the time. But somehow,
Yeah.
like in that moment, you know, I felt like, okay, I'm really happy. This is really nice. I'm with her. The things are going good. It would be really nice if I die right in this moment. You know, just end it. You know,
Hmm.
is this, are these kind of thoughts normal? Is what I was, what I want to know, or is it just another one of like side effects of depression? I don't know.
Okay, this is another. Okay, welcome to the Joe Rogan zone. You know?
Yeah, you're stealing all the topics from Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. By the way, I am. This is not medical advice in any way, shape, or form.
None
Okay.
of this is. We are just two friends just
Okay.
talking shit. That's it.
Yeah. Just saying absolute
Yeah,
everything we say here. This is the only thing we can assure you. Okay.
we have
Everything
read.
we
Yeah,
say is absolute shit. Okay.
yeah.
Like absolutely. Okay.
We'll have
If
to
you
add a
like,
disclaimer. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Add a disclaimer. Okay. So, and
Yes.
well, yeah, please. Well, maybe not. I think people are smart enough to figure it out.
No,
Also,
they are not.
we're directly. Well, yeah, sometimes they are pretty dumb sometimes. But I get like I don't know, like if you have like any suicidal thoughts or anything. I mean, I always see this. Uh,
Yeah.
do you know? One time I called the suicide hotline just to see if anybody would pick up, and they
Yeah.
did.
They did. What happened?
Yeah, they left me. No, they didn't. Just
They did. Ah,
they left me
okay.
on hold. I'm like, fuck.
Fuck.
I guess I'm not important enough. Oh shit. I guess
Shit. What the fuck?
Yeah,
They did not pick up.
they didn't pick up. They
Wow.
didn't pick up. Well, I don't know.
That's messed up.
Uh, that is pretty messed up. That is pretty messed up. So yeah, well, I'm glad I wasn't in need. But it's pretty messed up. So I would but in any way, I think we should leave like at least in the disclaimer of the description of the
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
We've done a number of
I'm gonna add that.
because
Yeah,
I did when I turned on the camera this evening, I had no idea we were about to
yeah.
do this. Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway,
I think we need to have like a pre-show talk about the things that we're going to discuss, so it doesn't come
yeah,
across,
maybe
you know, either
yeah,
of
maybe we
us as
should
a shock. Like, what the fuck, Emmanuel? You did that? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, no, but that's kind of cool. I guess. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, but you didn't. But so, but this is very important. So, from what I understand, you didn't feel like you wanted to kill yourself. You felt like
No,
you.
yeah. Just it would be really nice to just you know die
Just,
right now.
just,
Just
just
you go to
die.
sleep. It's over. No,
That's
no more
it.
stress.
It's
Nothing. Just
all
I'm
down. It's all
happy.
downhill
I just
from
want to
here.
die.
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Fuck yeah. I don't know. I've never experienced that actually. I don't know. I don't. I've thought. There've been times where I've felt that there is like possibly like no way. There's no fucking way you can ever feel more happier. They can never feel happier than what that you're experiencing at said moment. Uh, let me say. I mean, usually from I can't. Usually these moments are like related to people.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
when someone, like,
This was also related to to a person. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
of course.
yeah. People are. I do find myself believing more and more than other people are like the harbingers of like the strongest, most intense feelings that you will ever feel in your life. Good, good or bad ones. Um, but yeah, I never felt like I wanted to die though. I never felt like I wanted to just put a a stop. Just end it here. I did. Sorry, I need to.
You need the medicine.
Oh boy. So you do need to. I did feel like, at least for a little while, that there's no way it will ever get any better than this. You know. But even that in itself, it's not really a rational thought. It kind of goes away with time. But yeah, it's really curious. Well, why do you think you feel this? Have you talked about this with anyone else, or?
Uh, I don't know. Like, I think the main reason for these kind of things to develop this last week was, very well, the situation I
Mhm.
was in
You were in
Lisbon.
love. Let's, just for our viewers at home or in the bathroom or for Joe Rogan himself. Hey, this is
Yeah,
for you, Joe. It's
yeah.
for you, Joey. My man here was it was in love, I guess, right? Or whatever you want to say. It was infatuated, at least.
Well,
So he
yeah.
was having, yeah. So yeah, that's the context.
So
Shit, did I say anything uncouth? Oh no, oh Lord. Well,
no, all of Porto,
well, cheers.
it's out
Well,
there. So
at least the six people that we know.
no, it's 10 now. You're improving. You have 10 subscribers.
So yeah, that doesn't.
Three of them is
Yeah,
me, I think.
yeah, that doesn't mean they listen to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think
No.
so. There was this significant moment that happened. I was looking forward to spending the time. It was really good. I did really enjoy the time, but it was like I was living like half and half. A part of
Mhm.
me was enjoying the company, having fun, exploring Lisbon. It was one of the best times of my life. You know, the
Yeah.
other part of me was, okay, she's right there. I cannot even hold her hands, and that's what maybe caused me to spiral down into that mindset that, okay, fuck. Even though I am happy, I'm not content because I'm never gonna have her. You know,
Mhm. Okay.
and maybe that was maybe the reason that such thoughts started creeping back in.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
because I'm really an emotional guy.
I
You
do.
you know this very well, right?
Yeah, I do
From
know.
the weeks that you know me, like I wear my
Oh
heart
yeah.
on my sleeve. Like I'm honest
Yeah.
and yeah. Yeah, you can literally see. You can look at me and say, look, you can see if something is wrong with me. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I do think so. And yeah, you are very open about your feelings and whatnot. And by the way, that's I mean that's like the only reason why I even like considered like saying giving context, because I do know that you're like pretty open about it.
yeah. I
I
mean,
didn't
she
like didn't mean
knows.
like yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone here
So
knows. She knows.
yeah,
But
it's not a
yeah, it
as I
is.
as I as I like to put it, love is never something to be hidden or anything. Love is always beautiful. Love is always beautiful in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Uh
So yeah, so this happened on Tuesday. The
huh.
trip started on Monday. This happened on Tuesday. As the days went by, things got worse and worse because she was right there, you know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
last 2 days, I was struggling. Like I could not see her because my feelings, I had to control myself. She doesn't see me that way, and it felt wrong if to
Mm-hmm.
just look at her eyes, look at her hands, listen to her laughs, look at her smile. It got like like shit. Like I
Okay.
couldn't even keep eye contact. I was looking here and there, like fuck. When will this should be over? It is
Mm-hmm.
not right. Not for her, not for me, because it's never going to happen, right? So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah. I
felt
mean,
wrong, kind of.
it's a
Yeah.
it
So
is a tough.
I had to distract myself. I was like, last 2 days, I was just in my thoughts, like, fuck. I was either playing loud music and just singing shit songs during the road trip, or I was just spaced out, like, yeah, looking at the mountains and thinking of, okay, let's see when I can die.
But were you okay? But when you say that, then I mean, was like when you say that you like you could let yourself die. Is that coming from a place of bliss, or
Kind
or
of, yeah.
it's
Because,
suffering?
yeah, I've been single for last 8 years. I
Yeah.
haven't had
Okay.
love in my life for last 8 years.
Okay.
And the previous one I had was kind of toxic, I would say. No, not
Okay.
from her side of things, but just the situation was just toxic. It was, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been craving for this for so long, and
hmm
like to have her right there, it was like, what the fuck is this life, I mean, okay.
mm
It would be nice when I'm happy if things got ended. Okay, enough of this, too much stress. Now I can be at peace.
Okay. So it was more like so that feeling was so it came from a place of wanting some sort of relief. Yeah, or release
Yeah, just
yeah,
seeking
from
for
depression.
something that I don't have. And
Mhm.
also when you're depressed, you're like thinking more and more, okay, this shit is never going to happen.
Yeah.
So
Hey, maybe that's the universe edging you. Who knows? Yeah, yeah.
universe. Fuck.
Maybe the universe is doing some kinky shit on you.
Uh-huh,
Right?
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, keep it going. On the verge of
no,
death. Yeah, no, don't
no.
come back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting. Okay, now it makes a little though they makes a lot more
Yeah,
sense.
but I do
Actually.
want to add to this. Like, uh, the last time I was this depressed, it was like 8 6 7 8 years ago in 2015 2016.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I could not talk to anyone. I was alone. And
Mm-hmm.
that time it got really severe, this depression and suicidal thoughts. I was like literally an
Of course.
afternoon away from like swallowing all the pills that I had gathered from different places.
Mm.
It was that close. But this time around I've decided that I know if I keep to myself, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
If I stay at home, it's gonna get worse.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't talk to people, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
So I know that if I don't do this, if I am the exact same way as it was last time, things might happen. You know.
Mm.
So I want to avoid that, and this time I literally like anyone that I meet, our friend group, the board games, the quiz night. I'm literally on their face saying, I want to die. On their face, I'm saying I'm depressed. I'm fucking depressed right now. I want to die. And this has caused me to see the situation in a different light.
Yeah.
You
Also.
know, it is just like how comic this situation is.
Hmm.
Think about it.
Okay.
I'm laughing at my own situation, and that
It
is
is
what
kind of.
keeping
It is,
me,
yeah. Okay. It is kind
and
of.
literally that is what is keeping me to fall into this hole again. So I just
Hmm.
keep on again and again talking about it. Hey, I'm depressed. I want to die. And
Yeah.
yeah, the more I tell about this, the more I realize how stupid this is. You
This
know?
is stupid as shit. Actually. Yeah.
Yeah, why the fuck would I want to die?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. It's
Of course,
not.
I like her. Of course, I want to have something with her, but she doesn't want that. So nothing is going to happen. Okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I've been laughing literally these past few days the more I
Yeah.
talk about suicide and depression.
Uh huh. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it is, I think it is kind of, you should tell, you should speak out whatever you're going through. I think that's one way to heal, one way to realize uh, what the situation is, one way to see things differently, because it's not the end
Mm.
of the world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's well. It is not. Yeah. 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 Also, like in a way, it's sort of like uh, owning the trauma and owning that taking control over that narrative. Because
Yeah, exactly.
to control it.
Shit, yeah, shit happens to everyone. I'm no different. I'm no special case.
Yeah.
Worse things happen, like worse things happen than a guy falling in love with a girl and he couldn't even hold her hands. Worse things have happened to mankind, you know?
Yes.
It's just so stupid. Why the fuck am I depressed?
Yeah. Yeah. You, you dumbass.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's look, I really have nothing, not much more to add actually. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, It's
Yeah, that's
like
that's what. Yeah, yeah.
it's
Weirdly, it's all good. I'm okay.
yeah, it's all it's really a matter of finding like solace or finding laughter in the face of
Exactly. That's
absolute
yeah,
tragedy, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but still, it's no. I mean, it is laughing matter, but it's not really, because there's a struggle that comes with it.
I know.
But
I know.
like by owning it, yeah, you do like come a lot stronger on the other side, I believe.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
yeah,
The more I speak about it to my friends
mhm,
and everyone, like
yeah,
like everyone knows what Robin is going through right now. It's
yeah.
weird.
Everybody knows.
Everyone knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone knows. So okay, but do you find like that people are they're like usually welcoming to that? Are they
I don't
understanding?
fucking care. If they're my friends,
Well, good
they will
answer
help
actually.
me. Otherwise,
Good
fuck them.
Good answer. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it works
yeah,
kind of like a litmus test,
yeah,
Like
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So okay,
yeah.
yeah, it's good. So
This I learned about this the first time I was going through this in 2015, 16. I stopped giving a fuck about what people think now. If I had given a fuck about what people thought, I would not have been alive today.
yeah, yeah. I also I don't care about what people think. Especially, I don't care what Joe Rogan thinks about
That dumb
me
fuck.
or this podcast. Hey, fuck you, Joe Rogan. That's so. Yeah, I mean, thank you a lot for sharing your in a sort of I kind of went. I don't like mean to make this about me or anything, but it is my
Go
podcast.
on, go on. It is your podcast. You should be open about
Yeah, but
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to. Yeah, I mean, I kind of went to not like a similar thing. I mean, obviously, but I had like I think I had to go through to a much lesser extent. Uh, make myself realize that I really can't like care about what people think. And at some point, I was struggling a lot. I mean, actually, like after ending I had like a really long term relationship that which ended right as the lockdown was starting. So I broke up. I ended my relationship. I kind of like my social circle sort of fell apart. I moved out of the place I was living in at that time, and then I moved here at the place where I'm living now, and I started living alone. At the same time, there was a lockdown in place. So I was working from home. I was being alone. The world was like going absolutely crazy. There was like weeks where I wouldn't even open the front door. You know, I would just stay inside, wear the same pair of pants all day for 7 days straight. Sometimes I would, like,
Yeah, I was there
sometimes-
literally doing the same
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, basically same thing. And I also like I had to when I started like going out and whatever. I had to make up for all that lost time in sort of like building social relationships again and building a social circle again, which is incredibly difficult. I found like at early 30s and having a job and whatnot. Not having like unlimited time and money to go places and whatever. So I figured out pretty soon that I had to be upfront and honest about it. Like hey, I wouldn't like be wearing it on my sleeve. It wasn't. I made it a point to try and not make it my identity. But it was true. I was going out. I was trying to make friends. I was trying to build that, to get that sort of connection that was lost, that sort of dimension of the human experience, which is having friends, hanging out with people. I'm not even like talking about like romantic partners or anything, because at that point I was kind of over that. I was I wasn't really looking for it. But it was yeah. So I went through a similar thing. Just have to wear it on my sleeve. Like tell people, look, this is me. I'm going through this. I find it this and this is kind of hard. This and this is happening. And sometimes I found that a lot of people actually are going through the same thing, which is kind of nuts. It's kind of it's a big paradox. Everybody's out there being alone, and no one's talking to anyone. It's a sort of a sort of a it's strange. It's almost. I mean, it makes sense that it is happening this way, but it is at first glance it might seem paradoxical, and it is.
yeah. It's all
Uh,
because of phones, social media, and so everything is right there in your hands. I'll just text him. No one
well,
wants to have like one-on-one conversation. Just
no,
text.
no,
Yeah,
no. People do. People do want that. Actually, people don't want to have like. I mean, people. What people really crave is connection. You know.
people crave for connections, but they don't work for it. That's the problem. Like for me, one of the main issues is that WhatsApp
Mm,
or iMessage or whatever. Like people use text more than anything when we know that text doesn't give you the full answers. It doesn't give you the intonation of what the person is saying, how he is saying, or whatever. It is
yeah.
not the
Okay.
entire truth. It's like scripted. You get time to write things down and then you send it. It is
Yeah. Okay.
scripted, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
When
I
you
have to say,
talk, yeah.
I have to say, like I have to like. I don't know if you had this experience in your life, but I have to say, I have had some really incredible conversations over text. And it's that sort of thing, I guess, that it's like so specific. It is incredible. And find someone, if you ever find someone with whom you can have like a sort of like transcendental, just fucking just hilarious, flowing conversation through text with a person, if you ever find someone like this, if they happen to be of the gender that you are attracted to, if they happen to be, if they happen to fancy you, that is a precious thing. Let me tell you. A good conversation through text can be like as fulfilling as a like a good one-on-one conversation.
Yeah, but
Uh,
it is rare though, right?
it is
It is
very rare.
rare.
It is
Yeah,
incredibly rare. Yeah,
exactly,
it is incredibly
exactly
rare.
the point. Yeah.
Yeah, but also like really good deep conversations in one-on-one, like face to face, are also like kind of rare.
But still,
Um,
like if you think about it, like face-to-face conversations are more honest. Maybe
mhm,
they can be more fake, but it's not. It's
of
certainly
course,
better than just texting, right?
I guess. Yeah, no, no, definitely. I mean, I don't see much. I mean, I don't really see much of a problem like with texting in general, or like social media, or I don't see that much of a problem. I see. I mean, I see a much bigger problem in work life, like in the amount of time you have, the amount of time you have available to dedicate to fostering those relationships. The amount of time that you have to foster your relationship, and the other person has to be open to your fostering. In this endless cycle of reciprocal fostering and whatnot. You foster and foster, and they foster and you foster. So
Bunch of fosters.
yeah, just a lot of fostering going on. So so that really has like an immense weight. Like the fact if they leave work like burned out or not. If they still have the mental capacity to then crack jokes and be open and have like a really emotional conversation. Like lay their souls bare. That I mean, that to me, obviously has a like immensely bigger impact than social media or phones or and whatnot. So phones and social media, they are kind of like to fix the problem. I think to create like this sort of a facsimile of community that wouldn't otherwise be necessary or wouldn't even otherwise be considered if we had like if we had time and resources towards the real thing, like having a real community in the real world. That's I mean that's kind of I think that's the kind of thing that there is going on there now at Fabrica, where it's kind of like general like the same people showing up. I've noticed, even though I've noticed, I just went there like basically a handful of times. I've already noticed that there's a sort of a community there. There's an ecosystem. There is some form of uh, an identifiable ecosystem there. So, which is incredibly, it's great. I mean, it's the sort of thing that's really missing, and it's the sort of thing that really cannot be had, or it's sort of lackluster when it's had in the online space. And I mean, I think it sort of works. It Yeah. The only thing that bums me out about this is that you kind of have to pay. It's in a commercial space. So in order to have that community, you have to go and pay every week for something. But or you just do it like me and you just go in. I don't do this, by the way. This is a bit. This is a joke, okay? I go in, I get a beer, or in some cases a tea, at the beer place, and I drink my beer. I consume. I pay. I'm a paying customer, okay? I am not getting freebies, okay? But that kind of bums me out. I mean, ideally, it would be like a absolutely free, open space, like the so-called third space, uh, open to everyone. But this is like the very next best thing, and it's pretty great. And I'm really glad that there's like such a thing at a place like. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of other places
No,
where
but this is our place.
but this is kind of our place. So
Yeah.
what we got to be. I mean, it's pretty cool that Mr. Jason Hurst and others like Connor that I don't know like who started the whole thing. I got from what I've been told, like there's like a handful of people who started the thing. So Now it's something valuable that actually like brings life and community to the city, which is like living in the city should be all about, and creates those sort of connections, and the the sort of stuff that our grandparents and my parents had. So yeah. But I mean, to me, honestly, during the lockdown, if I had a place like that, that would have been, I mean, absolutely perfect. Yeah. So, what do you think? What do you think we finish this up, wrap this up for now? I think this was like a pretty
Um,
lengthy and deep talk.
yeah, yeah,
No?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think people would be. I think it's
Yeah.
enough for the people.
Yeah. Okay.
We
Okay.
can go on if you want. I do have energy. It's up to you.
Yeah, you do have energy. Okay, maybe. I mean, maybe. Okay, maybe we can like edit something. You know. Yeah, like right now. I don't know, like chop it until now. We can like, hey guys, bye, and then like we keep going. Maybe I don't know. We don't have like to. Now we're gonna have to do a single take, because I've just started babbling on. So we're not gonna fucking listen the episode. That would be dumb as shit. Unless you want to like leave it as a bit. I
We
guess.
just leave it. Yeah, I mean, if it's relevant, we just leave it. Why not? Yeah.
Oh well, okay.
Oh, we'll
Well,
remove this 2 minutes. Don't worry. We'll just yeah.
no, this is the fun part. This is the funny
Okay.
part. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
Let's keep going then.
okay, let's keep going. Okay. So so I added something that kind of
Yeah.
made me like
Let's
really. I had like a.
let's go into that then.
I swear to God, dude. I swear to fucking God. Sometimes,
Just
I'm a.
just tell the viewers what you want to talk about
Oh
first,
yeah,
and
so
then go on to that.
yeah, I'm gonna give some context. I'm generally speaking, I'm a pretty reserved guy. I do what reserved guys do, which is have a podcast. And at my workplace, because I'm not a fucking idiot, and I was bestowed, God bestowed upon me a sense of self, and personal and social boundaries. I was blessed with that. I do not, because of that, I don't discuss my personal or political or any such other beliefs in the workplace. Because that is really never well, not a good idea. So this week I had like some sort of training at my workplace, and it's ethics and something, ethics and morality in the workplace or whatnot. That's it's kind of like lesson one: do your work and shut the fuck up. Class dismissed. That's it basically. So, but the thing is, okay, I experience, because I'm not used to this anymore. Like I do know that right now. I mean, in this country, they're gonna. I mean, even though like I consider myself to be a fairly politically engaged person. In the last few months, I've been like, I think, pretty disengaged, and almost like sort of aloof or disconnected from what's going on, generally speaking. Because I don't watch TV anymore. I don't have the patience to watch TV. I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. And from what I can gather, I mean, I do keep myself, sort of generally up to date with what's going on. Not so much like in the, like domestically. Let's put it that way. Because let's face it, like most of it is just pointless drama. It's a pointless circus anyway. Um, but I do detect, and it's like painfully obvious if you even pay like a minute amount of attention that there's been like a very sharp turn to reactionary speech, like anti-immigration, anti-immigration, and we're talking about a widespread generalization, like in all of, not all of, but in big swathes of the political spectrum. There's been a sharp turn towards the right, towards like xenophobic speech, towards like anti-minority speech in general. And this gives some legitimacy, some sense of legitimacy for a certain kind of speech to just be said out loud. Which brings me back to my ethics training. This is exactly why I don't talk about my political beliefs, and because I do well. Just for a disclaimer, I am firmly planted right there on the left, that side. I am fairly, very, very, very left of center. You could say the far left, and I do know, I am aware that most people around me will disagree with me. I mean, deeply, like, so I don't have the energy to have that sort of discussion in the workplace. So because it's not productive, it's counter, it's just gonna you're just gonna get into problems and pointless conflicts. Anyway, so in this training, it's kind of hard to escape it, because I just have to sit there, and this woman, she was just like blatantly saying, and this is just one of the things, because I just had to step in because I couldn't hold myself. I just I that no, at that moment, my inner, like 2015 Reddit atheist debate bro, just came back to life. And I was like, actually, so. And what this woman was saying was that, like, them over there in most Asian and African societies don't value life the same way that we do. Like they're always like mindlessly killing each other, and we here, we value life. So my question towards you, for you, Robin, is why don't you, as an Asian man, why don't you value life?
Hey, I haven't killed anyone yet, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
where. Yeah.
so I just absolutely, this is just venting at this point. What I'm doing is just venting, but this is just absolutely the fact that I know that everybody was nodding along. Everybody else was nodding along, and it's just even pointless to just bring up the sheer stupidity and absurdity of saying something like this. You know, is it's just, it drained all the energy
Mm.
of me. I mean, like, this was like yesterday.
Oh,
No,
so
this was yesterday. So
that's
this is
why
one
you were
one one of the
so.
reasons I was jittery when I was about to punch. I wanted to punch someone.
Hmm.
When I came to the quiz, I
Ah,
wanted
I understand now. Yeah.
yeah. So it's insane.
Hmm.
It's insane. And this is just a little tip. Just I don't want to like go too much into it, but it's infuriating, and like it makes you feel like absolutely isolated in a place where you like spent where you spend like most of your waking hours. So yeah, it's it fucking it grinds my gears, you know. I mean, I do know that that is like fairly widespread, you know. It's pretty common. I've heard like my dad say this when I was a kid, and still keeps saying this and whatnot, you know. It's there's the kind of thing that, you know, just you kind of hear, and it's kind of like background noise, you know. And then as you grow older, you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't make a lot of sense, you know. If you kind of grow, well, I mean, if you do it like me and you become a smart person, is what I'm saying, you know, that kind of stops making sense. Um, to some, it might not. Uh, well, to which I'm very sorry. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's what do I do at that point? You know, I mean, I still gotta, you know, I don't have to. I hope like I switch. I'm hoping to like switch jobs like very soon. But yeah, just I mean, what am I even supposed to say? Like, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sometimes it's just better not to say anything. Just
yeah,
let them
mm,
do their own.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think so. Sometimes just or just take the piss out. But I mean, if you take the piss, you know, you take the piss. People notice. You know, you kind of create like
yeah,
an awkward
exactly.
situation
It's yeah,
at the workplace. But still, yeah. I wish, you know, I could not give a shit, or not give a shit about people think of me. But you know, like being the workplace is kind of. I mean, if it were someplace else, if it were someplace else, I would probably not really give a shit and just go all out, you know, or like even take the piss or something, because it is a fairly ridiculous idea. But in this situation, you know, where you kind of you depend on these people to like to do your daily job, you know. It is hard, and there's like no time. There's no way to deconstruct this idea. There's no way to do this. I don't think. You know, I'm not gonna take the time. I don't have the time. You know, I'm not gonna like take hours of my day to educate this. Like doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't make any. You know, so yeah, it's absurd. The whole thing is absurd. But yeah, it's I don't know,
it is what
Robin.
it is.
Do
Yeah.
you want to kill me?
What?
Do you want to kill me?
Fuck no! I don't want to kill anyone. I have never been in a
Uh,
fight. Never. So how can I go
hmm,
from never being in a fight to killing someone?
something must be wrong with you. Then. You're yeah, that must be your European
Hey,
heritage talking.
I'm Portuguese.
Well, oh God, let's not go there. Yeah,
There is a tiny bit of
yeah.
chance that I am actually Portuguese. I want to test it out someday. Let's see.
Well, look, I mean, not the neither the Portuguese are in Portuguese, bro. I mean, it doesn't be, you know, I don't know, whatever. Okay, it's fine, I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That I wanted to. It's yeah, it's I yeah, I find it really hard to deal with these things. I've gotten like a little bit better, you know. I think um I think the one time that I had to like really deal with this, and I did it, I think was when I joined the union. I am unionized, and um, at my workplace, there are very few of us are unionized. Um, where like most of them don't really care about organizing or don't really have like a notion of what a union does or how it, you know, might benefit or whatever, or where even is the role of the union. Some of them, and this is most of them, don't really don't want any conflict. Because if you are in the union, you're already you are sending out the message. You're putting it out there that you are can potentially are on a collision course. You're in a conflict, or you're in a conflict with your boss. So I mean, okay, whatever. But a lot of people don't really want that conflict. I don't really care. And there is a sort of social pressure to not be part of the union. It's so. But yeah, when I did, and it was like, there's like sometimes there's like protests and whatnot. Or like plenaries. Do you call them plenaries? I think there's a word plenary. Anyways, like a meeting that like the meeting that the union members do. Like it's mandated by law that like your workplace puts aside time for you to be able to attend these meetings
No, I don't
because
know about that.
because because they are held during the workday. So like there's just the sheer act of like getting up in the middle of the day and telling, hey, I'm gonna go to the union meeting. I mean, I felt I kind of felt scared at that point. Everybody was kind of like looking at me, and what the fuck is he doing? Like is he gonna go crazy? Like is he gonna like take over this and whatnot? It's like, but yeah, that was I definitely felt that social pressure on me. Uh, yeah, mm, but it's that is definitely one of those that it definitely it pays off to be in the conflict. It's definitely like a conflict worth having. So, and if you have like other people support you, like you know your fellow union members, um, I mean that gives you like a lot more confidence than because you got people by your side. So then if you would be just standing alone, Yeah. 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 So okay, I guess that's it then. This has been an amazing talk that took us places where I at least me I sure wasn't expecting. You know.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
that's
but
that's kind of our podcast. No one
yeah,
expects
yeah, it's
anything.
but it's pretty cool. I think it was quite fruitful actually, and I think
Yeah.
I mean we kind of hit like the middle. We hit the high note near the
Hmm.
end, and now we're just coming down to a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
little
Nice
nice
little
little
plateau. Yeah.
wind down. Maybe we could like do some ASMR, at the
ASMR.
end. Just get people to sleep. At the end,
Yeah.
like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Hey,
like like
fuck you, Joe Rogan.
hey, yeah, yeah,
I cannot hear anything.
yeah. Oh,
We need good mics.
goddamn. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need some
We need
we need
some
some good
improvement.
mics and stop being fucking broke ass dumb
We
fucks.
need good mics. We have the cameras. We need a
Yeah.
space. Then yeah,
Oh yeah.
we'll
We also
see.
need
We'll
we need
see.
yeah, yeah, and friends too. We need friends as well. That's
Next time
yeah,
we
yeah.
should invite someone next time.
Oh, maybe
Let's
yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get
yeah.
a yeah, let's yeah, yeah. Okay, 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 okay. Cool. Okay, I got you.
If you
Okay.
have someone, then let's bring
No.
her.
No, I don't have any friends
I
actually.
already asked Paya, and she is kind of
Oh,
busy next week. She's
she
the
she,
week after. So
she said she's busy.
yeah.
Yeah, of course she is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice.
So
Yeah.
we'll ask someone. Let's see who has the guts to show up in this.
Okay. Okay, let's see. All
Let's
right.
see.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. Well, lovely, and thank everyone who listened to this, and we'll see you on the next Unzipped and Uncut. And don't forget, fuck Joe Rogan. Bye.